Hey guys, welcome to Wave. We talk about a lot of concepts for long term investors. If that interests you, then like and subscribe to our channel for all the great content. We post approximately one video a day that'll help you with your crypto journey. Let's talk about BAT in today's video. When I looked at whale stats, so whale stats is a website that tracks, what different whales in the crypto ecosystem are doing with respect to buying and selling and holding tokens, right? So whales are some of the richest in terms of like the Forbes 100 of the Ethereum and whatnot, right? In this video, we'll first talk about the whales who are essentially the top 100, the whales specifically the top 100 on the Ethereum wallets, and what are they holding. And if you look at the most widely held token among them, it happens to be BAT, right? So BAT is Basic Attention Token. This got me really curious because whales usually do a lot of research, or at least they know what they're doing, right? Unlike the rest of us who might not exactly know the exact the situation, what's happening, the different tokens, and so on. Whales are good at it, good at what they're doing, and hence they are the richest in the Ethereum ecosystem. And if BAT is their widely held token, then we should definitely talk about it. In fact, BAT is one of my most favorite tokens as well. So, what is BAT? BAT stands for Basic Attention Token. So, BAT is trying to change the digital advertising industry. So, the digital advertising industry today is a $330 billion industry that most of the top companies in the world, from Facebook to Google, get a lot of their revenues in terms of digital ads. And there is a huge concern about privacy, about these platforms tracking what you do online, and using your data to sell you a lot of things that you may or may not want, so to bombard you with advertisements. This has sort of annoyed all of us. Probably all of us are using some sort of ad blockers and so on, but that menace is still there, right? So BAT is trying to make a change in this industry, approach it a little differently, because digital advertising is important, but the way it has been done so far is the real problem. So that's a huge opportunity for BAT to really play with, and that's what they're trying to address. So how do they do that? So they created this web browser called Brave. So Brave is their first product. You can download it from their website, brave.com. So Brave is a browser that blocks all kinds of trackers that shares your data with uh, advertisers if you give permission. In fact, you can choose on the Brave browser settings how many ads you want to see. None at all, or like all the way up to from 2, 4, 6 to 8, 10 ads per hour. So you can choose what essentially you want to see, and Brave rewards you for these ads. So for every ad that is probably delivered to you, they give you 70% of the revenue from that ad in terms of Brave tokens. So that is like deposited into your into the wallet. You can claim it on a periodic basis. So if you look at this, you in the home tab of the Brave browser, you will see what is the token balance and what is the rewards that you've earned in some particular time frame. You can claim it and later on transfer it to your wallets. So this is an easy way to earn cryptos. You don't even have to invest anything. All you have to do is just download the Brave browser and continue watching it. Continue browsing and going about your day like what you normally would. It's an amazing browser. In fact, because just today, right, just today from morning, I installed this browser on my laptop in the morning. I've had this on my phone for the last 3 years, I guess, but on my laptop I installed it just today. Just from morning, it has blocked 464 trackers and ads. Right, on my phone, when I checked that number, that was about 51,000 or something in a span of 3 years. That's huge, right? Huge number of ads and trackers that has been blocked. And because these ads are getting blocked, what it also does is it saves your bandwidth. So today alone, I've saved 15.7 MB in my phone. That's much higher, and your pages are loading faster. So your browsing experience in general is improving, and hence your the time is also being saved. Today I've saved 24 seconds. Might not seem like a lot, but that's still worth it if you look at over a long period of time how much time you save just because you don't have to deal with nagging ads. right? So how does Brave actually place these ads for you? This background image that you see can also be an ad. They have Brave News, so if you're scrolling through, there's ad that's placed over there as well. So there are multiple ways in which you can do that. Um, Now, how much can you earn as somebody who's used Brave Rewards? Like, let's look at. I found this blog where somebody's talking about how much he's earned. So roughly, people are earning. This was in October last year. He earned about $5 a month. Might not seem like a lot, but it's free money, right? If it's $5 a month in a year, that's about $60. So you're getting $60 for doing almost nothing. You're just going about your regular day, and you're getting free tokens. And because they're in BAT, you get it in the form of BAT. You might as well just hold on to it. In the long run, as BAT price increases, you're also getting an appreciation on what you've got as a free asset. And it is not just these guys. Let's look at who else is part of this BAT network. Um, as part of the BAT ad system, there are three players broadly. So the users, like you and me, who are using the Brave browser and are signing up for Brave rewards, we are the ones who are shown the ads. Creators get paid for making great content. So whatever BAT you get or purchase, you can also when different websites have signed up as a creator, YouTube channels, etc. have signed up as creators, and you can tip them in the form of BAT, right? So that becomes an additional source of revenue for these creators, and advertisers who are running these campaigns are getting a much better return. We look at that in a couple of case studies. First, we look at the creators, right? So you can sign up as a creator on their, on the creators.brave.com. You can earn more for what you're, already doing. Creators are earning a lot, and there was a breakdown of the creators. Okay, I will show you that. Before we go to that, we will look at the uh, what the advertisers are saying. If you look at their campaign renewal rate, that's 90%, right? So 90% of campaign of advertisers are renewing their campaign after their every successive cycle. That's a huge retention ratio. 9% is the average click-through rates. If you take Google and all that, it's much, much lower than that. Google Ads or anywhere else, much lower than that. 63% of the users who were delivered these ads had a 63% ad recall rate. So that is phenomenal numbers. And while we are browsing through, we might be bombarded with hundreds of ads, and we don't really remember any of them, right? But in Brave users, because of the nature in which the ads are delivered, the fact that your privacy is not compromised, your data is used in a way that the advertiser doesn't know who you are, and only relevant ads are shown to you. The ad recall rate is much higher, and they have a bunch of case studies here where they talk about different companies that they have run their ads with, and almost all of them have shown that their cost of acquisition has reduced by 20% or achieved a 13.6% click-through rate, right? Unbelievably good numbers, right? Across the board, you will see very good metrics. So this clearly means that what they were trying to do is being successful, and this concept is because it's been in existence for the last few years, it is proven now, and now Brave is taking off, doing a lot more things. So I usually evaluate tokens on six parameters to look at whether they're good or not. And if you look at the first, among the first things that probably a token should serve is the utility, right? Does it serve a purpose? From what we just saw, you can easily tell that this serves a great purpose. Right? It is disrupting a huge industry. It has a track record for the last few years, and we look at activity as a next step. But is it serving a purpose? It definitely is. Let's look at the team. Who is behind this? Now, if you go to the team section on their website, you will see the list of the top team members who are part of the Brave, the Brave team. And among these, almost all of them are stellar in their own ways. But I would like to bring your attention to one specific person, Brendan Knight. So he's the founder and CEO. But in addition to being the founder and CEO of BAT, in his past, he has been the creator of JavaScript. He was also the creator of Mozilla and Firefox. So somebody who is not just extremely successful in what he has done, but also somebody who has direct relevant experience of creating a browser, understanding the ad network and the advertising, the digital advertising space. In because he has experience in Firefox, is the one who has created this token, and that I would say is a great addition or the feather in the cap for the team parameter of this token. So definitely on team, this token wins. And then there is tokenomics, right? We look at Mesari. If you go to Mesari, you can and go to tokenomics on the left side. You can see they launch an initial token distribution. So there was a crowd sale in 2017. The supply is about 1.5 billion BAT tokens. This is a fixed supply, so that's good because this is not a deflationary currency. It is fixed. The Of the initial supply, 66% went to investors, 20% were for airdrops or for rewards for early users. So this is to encourage the ecosystem to start using it. Only about 13% went to the founders and the founding team. Right. So this shows that the token itself is diversified. It's not concentrated in with one person or one team. Hence, the chances of somebody being a bad actor reduces greatly. So even on tokenomics, BAT seems to be doing really well. Uh, let's look at their activity next. Right? If you go to growth and see what they have been up to in the few years, so most tokens might not present it this well, but BAT has. That's another plus point. If you look at the BAT ecosystem growth, they have a monthly active users about 55.5 million, daily active users of close to 18 million. BAT wallets are about 10.6 million. On-chain transactions have been around 3.79 million. If you just look at this chart from 2019 onwards, this has just been a growing trend line, right? So BAT is consistently gaining popularity. Monthly and daily active users are consistently increasing. Most crypto tokens probably don't have a real world use case, and there aren't average people like you and me using it, but BAT does. So BAT is one of those tokens which average people like you and me are using it, are earning BAT tokens, are it is helping them in some way, and that is clearly shown by the phenomenal growth that they have had. Right? And then if you look at the other side of it, so BAT has essentially three pillars: the users, creators, and advertisers. So if you look at the creators, there are over 1.5 million creators who have, or actually 2 million creators who have signed up with BAT. A large chunk of them are YouTube. I think 50% of them are YouTube creators. Creators from Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, etc. have also signed up, and this has also consistently increased. If you've seen the charts, this shows that there is a great amount of faith that creators have also put into BAT. And then there are advertisers. Advertisers are from across the world, from the Americas to Europe to Asia, almost all countries. There are advertisers who are doing that. So if you go by the supply 1.5 billion, market cap of 614 million, this is a seriously undervalued token today. It has great utility. And what have they done so far, right? What is their roadmap? If you look at the state of the BAT report that was released earlier this year in January, right? So BAT, other than the fact that it was a browser and they have ensured that more and more creators and more and more users are trying to get join this advertising revenue is going up. Other than that, they're also trying to look at new utility use cases that were introduced in 2021. To begin with, blockchain gaming and NFTs. So there were specialized BAT tournaments held where they tied up with Gala Games and Splinterlands to ensure that BAT is used as a in-game used for in-game NFT purchases and so on to popularize it among the gamers. Then there's in the space of NFTs, they're working on that. And another interesting thing is they're looking at cross-chain batch support. This is important because Ethereum is not the only layer one blockchain today, right? There are many, and hence being cross-chain is very important. And BAT is looking towards bridging that gap as well. So if you look at their past roadmap, they have accomplished a lot. And if you want to look at their future roadmap, that is also given. So in their BAT future roadmap, right here they have in terms of history, they've already completed the browser, the utility, they're beyond the browser. What they're looking at is taking this software and taking this a concept and putting it into other applications. So they will try and allow other applications to also utilize BAT. Not just the Brave browser, but other applications to also do that. If you look at something that they introduced recently, it was the Brave wallet. So you can buy and sell crypto on the wallet. All your BAT tokens can go there. So this is great because your browser is your gateway to the internet, and you are most likely going to go to any in the Web3 space, like in the Web2 space, where anywhere you go, you have to log in with Google, log in with Facebook or something like that. In the Web3 space, you have to connect your wallet. And if you go to if you go to like Sandbox or Decentraland, go to any Web3 web service, and if you want to try and use them, you have to connect your wallet. And Brave being that gateway or the platform from which you will go to the internet to do all this, it makes sense that they have the Brave wallet, so that you're able to connect to all these Web3 protocols. So that is amazing that they have thought through and they have already implemented it. In fact, the beta release of the Brave mobile wallet has also come in place. They also have the Brave DEX decentralized exchange, that's in the pipeline, I believe. And in addition to that, they're also doing a lot of community outreach, right? So that is part of our activity, right? Other than the fact that somebody is using them, is the team communicating? So they are doing a lot of initiatives to talk to college students, to talk to developers, to talk to everyday users, to try and improve the popularity of BAT. Right? So even on parameters like roadmap and activity, BAT is hands down doing really well. If you go to their website and look at the kind of products that they have built, so BAT has built search already, where you can, it's like Google search probably brings in the most amount of revenue for Google. Search is introduced in Brave, and it's solving one problem of making sure nobody tracks you. So for all those people who are extremely paranoid about privacy, they will definitely start using this. BAT rewards that we already saw. BAT wallet has been introduced. There's a BAT firewall and VPN. There's BAT Talk. This is like your Zoom or Google Meet. It's free for up to 4 users, but beyond that you have to pay for it. But it is extremely private, and hence a lot of users might start using this. There's BAT News that we already saw. BAT Playlist, where you can add a list of things that you want to view, list of videos from various sources, and you can probably store it offline as well and view it on the go. So all these are features that they have already built into the BAT ecosystem, or the Brave ecosystem, and they are trying to build even more. So on the roadmap and activity, BAT is doing phenomenally well. And if you look at stakeholders, which is the last parameter, the wide variety of investors who have invested in them, especially ones like Founders Fund and Digital Currency Group, this proves that even investors have a lot of faith in them. I always look at who are the investors who are backing a project, because of the simple fact that you and I probably don't have enough time, resources, or even the expertise required to do all due diligence related to a token. But these large, deep pocketed investors do have such resources, and hence they would have done the due diligence, and we are piggybacking on what they have already done. It makes sense to do that, and if large investors are backing them, it means that there is a lot of faith in what this token is doing. So even in terms of stakeholders, BAT is doing an amazing job, right? So now it makes sense if you look at all this, why a number of whales are holding it. BAT today is trading at $0.4. Its all-time high was about $1.9, which means it's down from about 80% from its all-time high. It is a seriously undervalued token with a real-world use case. If you want to hold for the long run, then this token is definitely one that has to be in your portfolio. If today it is like an 80% discount for you, really. And if you look at that all-time low, it was almost 5 years ago, which means that the token is not really experiencing massive crashes because of usually that happens because either there's been a hack or something like that. So the last time the token was extremely low was more than 5 years ago. That means it's probably when it was minted or something. Uh, Today it is 80% down from its all-time high. Seriously undervalued makes it a great buy and a must-have token in almost anyone's portfolio, and hence it makes sense going through all these parameters on all six parameters. In fact, I think BAT is hands down, ranking the higher really well on all of them, and hence this makes sense that the Ethereum whales are also holding BAT, and this is the most widely held token among Ethereum whales. So hope this helped. Do your own research. Try to go over all this. This was just an indicator to give you direction to understand and try and replicate the analysis or do some more digging on your own. But please do your own research before you make any investments.